So today we will be interviewing our first ever interviewee. She's a Congolese fashion designer. She is a CEO and founder of brand Lola Mokambila. She was raised in South Africa, and that is where she found her passion for fashion. She studied fashion design, and that is where she got her degree in fashion design. She has worked with Vlisco on the Royal Satin campaign. She has been one of the 2 winners of Vlisco Fashion Fund. She has also been selected and gone to and become an alumni of the Mandela Washington program.
Fantastic.
We are blessed to have her here today, and she also happens to be a fashion designer showcasing this year on DRC Fashion Week. Now welcoming Esther Mokambila.
Yes, hi. How are you?
Hi.
Please take a seat.
You look nice.
Thank you.
You're
Hello.
ravishing. My gosh.
Thank you for having me.
So first question, how is it that, it might be cliche, but how is it that you found yourself becoming a fashion designer? Was it always something that you thought of since you were a child?
It's like a mixture of both. So I can say it's a passion I've had since I was very young. From the moment my mom, I remember this very vividly, my mom bought me my first paint set.
Okay.
And I was sketching little butterflies, you know, like little portraits of the sun and all that. I think that's when already my artistic, you know, creativity has already started. Yeah, and then growing up, watching red carpet shows on television, just being amazed at like, wow, people just looking beautiful.
Yeah.
So it inspired me to also want to be into fashion. But then I remember when I looked deeper into it, I could see there was something that like was in it, like in me, because from my mom's side, basically everybody knows how to sew, whether it's my uncles, my aunts, my grandmother, my late grandmother, she used to sew. So it's something that I feel like as much as it was a passion, but looking back at it, it's like a generational thing, if I can say so myself. So yeah, that's where my passion for fashion started from a very early age.
Okay, and can I ask, has it always been smooth sailing in this journey of you becoming a fashion designer? Was it always merry and jolly and rainbows? How has it been?
That's the thing. People have a tendency of thinking just because it's fashion, it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Even just to get to where I am right now, it's not easy. You'll be faced with a lot of ups and downs. For example, starting my business was not an easy one for me, you know. Looking for funds, you know, so all that is not easy. Trying to have a broader image of yourself out there to get people to want to, like, you know, come to you and all that. So I guess I've just been fortunate because, like I said, like when you have talent and you're very perseverant in what you want, like you'll find a way. You'll find a way, honestly. Like it's not something that's easy. But then something that I would definitely advise people who want to get into the fashion field is like persevere. Persevere, because it's not something that like immediately you get into the industry and then you get all like the success and all that. No, like it takes hard work, it takes dedication, and it takes not giving up. So yeah, that's definitely an advice I'll give to young people who are, you know, willing to get into the fashion industry.
That's so good to hear. Isn't that lovely to hear?
It is lovely to hear. I actually want to interject as well and ask, so what would you say is your fashion style? What do you want to bring into the fashion you want to create? So maybe the fashion in DRC, maybe the rest of the world. What would you say, what would you describe your style as?
I'm just trying to create African luxury.
Okay.
African luxury in the sense of that we don't really have a lot of African brands that represent us in the luxury fashion market, you know? So yeah, a bit of that, originality, creativity, you know? Because like I said, I grew up in South Africa, so coming here, you can tell that the fashion industry is not as developed as it is there, you know? So it kind of became my mission to like want to do something that like changes the way in which people view Congolese fashion, you know? Like we're not just known for liputa, no, there's more than liputa. There's so much more than that, you know? We have like our indigenous textiles, we have your hafia, you have your kuba fabric, so just advertising like Congolese fashion in a non-cliche way, you know, like not just being limited to African print, because African fashion is more than African print.
Amen to that. I love that. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Also, another point. So, do you feel like you want to move away from the liputa, or is it almost like an infusion? Not the liputa, but obviously traditional cultural wear as well.
For me, it's more of having a modern mix to that.
Okay.
A modern mix to that, you know. My ready-to-wear, as much as I have worked with Blisco in the past, you know, my ready-to-wear is more modern. So you will see a lot of telling of stories of African ideologies in my garments, you know, like there's always specific meanings to my garments. There's always a specific inspiration to my garments, you know. So I just advertise it in a more modern way, you know, in a way that like anybody can, you know, wear it, you know, not just limited to a specific group of people. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. I love that as much as you are Congolese, you are also yourself. And that you as a fashion designer don't necessarily have to base your fashion designing on just Congolese fashion, because Congolese fashion can be beyond what we've known.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful that that's what you aspire to do.
Thank you.
But I've heard from a little birdie that it was not easy for you during, I think, university to go to fashion designing courses every day. What did you do to overcome that and actually make it through and get your degree in fashion design?
Okay, the one thing that fueled me during my time in university was definitely, like I said, the perseverance, like the passion for it. I feel like if you're passionate about anything, you're willing to like overlook certain things, you know? Like it might be hard, but to you it doesn't seem as hard because you have an objective that you're trying to obtain to. So yeah, before going to university, I didn't know how to sew. I just knew how to sketch. I was a very excellent sketch. I knew like creativity and originality was already in me. So I would sketch, I would draw. It was just a matter of learning how to sew, you know, learning about the business side of the fashion industry, you know, learning that like, as much as I'm learning how to sew now, but like I will not just be limited in a room with just a sewing machine myself, but like wanting to do even more than that, you know. So yeah, it was not easy. Not to say that my family, my parents struggled a little bit, you know, so that like kind of pushed me to find ways and means, you know, to make money. For example, like I know for transport, you know, to take transport, I used to like sell mikate. I used to sell mikate to like different people in the classes. Yes, people don't know this story. So like in the early morning, my mom would help me, like she'd make it in the morning because first of all, so many assignments, you don't really have the time. So my mom would help me, you know, she'll make the mikate for me. And then like in the mornings when I'd go to school, I'd go to different classes and I'll sell them. And people actually did love them.
Oh, wow.
You know, yeah, they did love them. So then once in a while, they'd come to the classes looking for me to buy from me. So that was the money that I was using to, you know, help me with transportation and all that stuff. Yeah, sleepless nights because it's not easy, like I say, sleepless nights in terms of assignments and all that. I just pushed through, honestly. I just pushed through. Keyword being perseverance.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely my story.
And I'd like to ask you, as a fashion designer, as an entrepreneur, you've shown that you have entrepreneurial skills. I mean, selling fat cook at uni to get transport money to go to school, that's amazing.
Thank you. I feel like it goes even beyond.
It goes beyond
way
that.
Beyond that, because now looking back, I remember in the 3rd grade, because I said I used to sketch.
Yeah.
So I would draw paper dolls with different clothings.
Wow.
And I would sell them.
So
to
it
like,
starts young.
yes,
You
so like
started
the
young.
girls in like my 3rd grade went on 3rd grade, 4th grade. I'm not sure if I did in 5th grade, but literally like it was already in it now that I think about it. I guess I just like the idea of, you know, being financially dependent, you know, and yeah, just being my own boss. I've always loved the idea of being my own boss since I was very little, you know, yeah.
And can I ask you, most business individuals have such. Where do you see yourself, your brand, you as a person, first of all, as Esther Mokambila, and your brand, Lola Mokambila, in 5 years' time?
In 5 years' time, I'm hoping to have been very established, hopefully with boutiques, not just in DRC, different parts of DRC, but in different parts of Africa, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 even, in, you know, Europe, in America. So just becoming more international, hiring a lot more people because I realize in the DRC there's a very high unemployment rate. So just being able to create a factory whereby a lot of people can be employed and work in good conditions, you know, so that they can be able to afford to feed their families, and just also creating a space for like young people in the fashion industry interested in fashion, who, you know, don't have like platforms where they can go to be in the fashion industry, like having, you know, positions for them. Because I realized, like I said, the fashion industry in the country, like we're still getting there. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. So I would like to contribute to that, honestly. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Love it.
So, can I say, can you, in one phrase, just encourage a young person looking to do what you do in one phrase?
Okay, where's the camera here?
Yeah, that's the camera.
Okay. One thing that I'd like to do to encourage young people is just to persevere. There's something that I feel like it's naturally within Congolese people. Like we have like a hustler mentality, you know? So keep on persevering. Like even if it's not working the first time, second time, third time, keep on trying. Keep on trying, because then if you give up now, you never know. Maybe like if you took a few more steps, you would have reached your destination. So just keep on going. Like don't give up on yourself. Persevere, 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 and do something that you love. Do something that you love. Yeah.
Thank you. So I think that's all we have for our guest, but I'd also like to remind you that she happens to be showcasing at the DRC Fashion Week this year. It's happening, I think, in August, and we would love for you to go down there, buy a ticket, go there and support her, watch her show, make her trend, and I'm assuming she's going to have a stand. We would love for you to go there and support her, buy her clothes, and tag her. Now we will be going into the game segment, because as much as you can work hard, you need to play hard as well.